How can I get paid for all my working hours? Imagine working hard all week and then finding out you haven't been paid for every hour you put in. That can be frustrating and unfair. Knowing your rights is the first step to making sure you get paid correctly. First, you are entitled to at least the minimum wage for every hour you work. This minimum wage is set by federal, state, or local laws. It can vary depending on where you work, but you should always receive the highest applicable rate. If you are a tipped employee, your employer must make sure your tips plus wages meet the minimum wage standards. Second, if you work more than 40 hours in a single week, federal law requires your employer to pay you overtime. Overtime pay must be at least 1.5 times your regular pay rate for every hour over 40. Some states have their own rules that might provide extra protections or higher overtime pay. Third, your employer must keep accurate records of your hours worked. This means they should track when you start and finish each shift and any breaks you take. Always review your pay stubs to make sure they match your records. If you see discrepancies, it's your right to question or challenge those payments. Fourth, labor laws also requiring employers to give you breaks. For example, many states mandate a 30-minute unpaid meal break if you work more than 6 hours. Rest breaks are often paid and should be provided if you work long hours. If your employer doesn't give you these breaks, it could be a violation of your rights. Fifth, you have the right to talk openly about your wages and hours with coworkers. This helps prevent wage theft and encourages fair pay practices. You should feel safe discussing these matters without fear of retaliation from your employer. To protect yourself, keep detailed notes of your work hours, including start and end times and breaks. Always check your pay stub to see if it matches your records and includes overtime if you worked extra hours. Understand the minimum wage and overtime rules that apply in your state and federally. If you believe you are not being paid properly, start by talking to your employer or human resources. If that doesn't work, you can file a wage claim with your state labor department or with the U.S. Department of Labor. Getting legal advice can also help you understand your rights better. Remember, employers are legally required to pay you fairly for all the hours you work. You have tools and protections to make sure you receive every dollar you are owed.